Well, I just thought I'd show you guys a little project I'm working on here. I've started. This is my first official clearing job that I'm doing, and I'm just doing it for a neighbor right across the road from me. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I've already done quite a bit just today, and when I say today, I mean I've worked on it about 3 hours maybe total. I'm walking across the road and basically working in 1 hour stints. My wife's sick with the flu, so she's at home, and I'm trying to just run back and forth while the kids are napping or whatever I can. So it's convenient that it's right across the road. Actually, maybe you can look through the trees there and see the roof of my house. So yeah, we're nice and close, but getting a big windrow put up over here. But I want to give you guys an idea of just how dense this pine is planted. I mean, this is all plantation pine. Some of this stuff is, I mean, these over here, they're less than 6 foot apart, you know? So it makes it a little bit of a challenge having a wider bucket on my machine. Really, ideally, I'd have, you know, a little bit narrower bucket and a hydraulic thumb so I could grab them and throw them easier. But what I'm doing now that I've established a clearing, that was the hardest part, was just getting started because it was so tight in here. But now that I've got a clearing, I'm able just to walk right down this road, just walk backwards and dig out, you know, say I dig out this first tree right here on the end of the row and just loosen the roots. The soil's real sandy, so they push over real easy. So I loosen the roots and then just push it over to where the top can fall into that clearing out there, and then just scoot the roots around, and I'm able to actually pick it up with the bucket. Even though I'm not pinching it with the thumb, I'm able to curl my bucket around enough to get under it and pick it up, and then I can swing it around and stack it on the windrow. So the windrow is not going to be burned, so it's okay that it's piled right up against the trees there. It's not going to be burned. It's the client actually wants to come through and try to saw it all out, which is a little dicey when it's all crammed in there. But we'll certainly be careful with it. Here, look at my lights. Certainly be careful with it, and I'll be able to pick logs up out of there. What I'll do is probably fold my thumb out tomorrow whenever he wants to start sawing, and then I can pick logs up individually, more delicately. Well, my lights aren't holding up too well. This one here took a beating. It's already snapped, but at least I thought I'd lost the bolt and bracket, but this is actually okay. So it's snapped. I'll be able to just swap this light out, put a new one right back on that bracket. I was afraid I'd lost the bracket and then I wouldn't have a bolt to fix it, but I've actually got 2 extra lights, so I can put that one back on. But probably for right now, since this light is trashed, I'll just cut it off. Also tug my wire loose, so I won't have any lights on this side of the machine if I do decide to work tonight. I started in on it last night, actually, just to get kind of broke in. I got started last night, but anyway, that's it for today on it. Hopefully I can put some more time into it tomorrow, but
Dad, found
like I said, with the wife being ailing, it's hard to know. But anyway, I'm excited. It's my first job that I'm doing, helping a neighbor out. I gave him a real low price to clear it for him just because it's convenient. It's right across the road, and it's kind of like my entry-level price. You know, it's my first third-party job I've done for somebody else. So you know, that being said, I want to make sure that it's a real good price, that if something happens, and I don't anticipate anything, but if something happens that ends up costing him more money, you know, he won't be out real bad in the end. It won't be like me, where I paid the quote-unquote professionals a lot of money and they screwed up and then I had to pay even more. So anyway, I'm happy those guys did that, because I ended up investing in my own machine, and it's been the best thing I've ever done. Anyway, that's it. Just wanted to show it to you and give you a little introduction to it. And hopefully we'll make a follow-up as we progress and as it starts to clean up. Well, just figured I'd give you guys a little update on the progress here. I got not what I'd consider a full day, but a decent day in yesterday. Probably 6 hours of running the machine. Which when I made the preview, I already had most of this done, but I got the last 2 or 3 rows here laid down. You can see the orange trees, he's marked every other one. You can see there's a break in the trees here, a good row thinning. He wants to keep that for a driveway. So he's leaving a row on either side of the pine trees there. But I got all that opened up, worked over here, got this laid down, and then worked into this corner. So there's our stake. This is our southwest corner. Of course up there, oh, you can actually see it. There's the stake for the northwest corner. Northeast corner is still to be cleared out, and the southeast corner, you might be able to see right there, orange on the trees. So I had to go a little outside the line to get around this windrow I put here, but he said that was fine. I took down, I think, 1 tree outside the line, so it's not that big of a deal. But otherwise, I'm going to work back in here today where I was yesterday, and hopefully finish laying all that down, and then pull my thumb out and come through here and start cleaning this stuff up. Woo! Okay, we've reached our northeast corner post. I think it took me about 2 hours to lay down these 2 rows. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe it wasn't quite 2 hours. But I was just going to spin around and show you where we're at. So we're down at the end. There's our southeast corner. I just came through these 2 rows, just dropping them one to either side and windrowing. This is the east line, so that's good. This windrow I have to now go along and pull over to me a little bit because I've got to take down the rest of these trees. I've got, I think, 4 full rows left to do. I might be getting myself mixed up on the last row there that he wants to keep for the driveway. There might only be 3 full rows, but I'm counting on 4 just to give myself a time estimate. So at that rate, there's 4 more full rows and it takes me 2 hours per 2 rows. I guess that'd be 2 more hours, I think. Then at least get it all, then I'll be done, have it all laid down. Then comes the cleanup effort. So anyway, just excited I finally got our 4th corner here opened up. I'm gonna back up and try to keep rolling as long as I can and start on this next 2 rows here. I got this southwest corner cleaned out. That was my goal for today and I got it done. There was logs all crisscrossed in here every which way. You had to climb over logs to get from here over to, you know, where the kids are at, which is where the driveway comes in. So I at least got that much cleaned out. But when you walk in here now, yes, you see a mess, but you also see some clearing. You start to get an idea of the space and the possibility of the project, because I can attest, and I know anybody else that sees it, they look at this and they just go, oh my God, what is that? That's a total mess. So once you start to see it picked up and cleaned up, it starts to make more sense, and then I think helps people understand what they're really working with. So anyway, just want to give you that little update. I kind of rambled, I'm sorry, but things are going good. Still got a lot of work to do, but I'm happy to have some good progress. I want to get, obviously, the rest of it, whatever needs to get laid down, I need to get laid down, and then I'll flip my thumb out, because right now my thumb is folded up. So I'll flip it out, and then I can really start picking things up and cleaning a lot faster, because right now I'm, you know, just kind of limited with just the bucket. I can just shove stuff around. So once I get that thumb flipped out, then I can really start picking and stacking things and making it look nice and neat. So anyway, little update. I don't know when we'll get back in here, but you know, a couple hours here and there, slow and steady. So we're finally getting to a point that we can lay things out and organize it. And I've already done this actually over on the far side too. I worked on that earlier today. But getting this all laid out, excuse me, getting all laid out, it really is like a breath of fresh air, because having it all rolled up in these windrows works, but it's messy and it's actually a little frustrating. It's a little odd the way I had to do this, because just to have space to work in here, I had to roll it up in a windrow first, just shove it out of the way. And then now I'm going back through the windrow and I'm laying it all out. And what I'm just trying to do is organize it so all the stumps are on one end, all the tops are on the other end, and then my saw hands will be able to just go through here and just boom, 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 right down the line, stumps and tops. and then I can walk through with my thumb out and just roll all the logs right up the middle and we'll make a pile right over there on the edge of the woods, and then come along the edge of these little couple of trees here that are painted orange. Come along there, get all the stumps, come along there, get all the brush. So, you know, kind of setting it up, you know, it's been an awful lot of time setting it up to make it go fast for those guys, but the idea being I can work out here a lot and set it up, and then they can just come out here in a couple hours and do what they need to do, and then we're not getting each other's way. I really don't like having, you know, guys on the ground when I'm running the excavator with these trees whipping around. So anyway, I'm gonna lay all this one out now. I'm done for tonight, but I'll spin around here and show you. Whoops, that's not spin around, this one's spin around. So spin around here and show you that windrow is actually getting pretty thin already. So the only reason I can't probably lay it all out really is just because there's a couple stumps back in there that are too far back in there for me to grab. They're buried in the top, so we'll get them later, but a second pass through of laying it all out and organize it will certainly be enough to finish it. And then otherwise, I've just got my big brush pile back in the back there, and this little pile here is all stuff that I've been busting and picking up as I go, sorting through this windrow. So I'm just kind of rolling, I'm just going along, just rolling it ahead of me with the bucket, keeping myself a little space to work in here. But that's it for tonight, I think. Like I said, you can see over yonder, all on the other side of the trees, I've laid all those out too, and there's another whole windrow over there I've got to pick through. So once we go through and saw that row out, then I'll go pick through that windrow again, and then there's a windrow piled up over there on the south side. Not a whole lot in it, but it's there. So a couple to clean up, but you know, with good organization, we can knock it out in really probably just a couple hours. So that's it for now. I just want to give you a little update. I'm gonna shut her down and go get some dinner. Woo! That's the last tree down for the job. Now I just got to clean up what's left. So spin around here and give you all a look. There's a couple more, just the last few I got to saw out. Big pile of logs over there on the left that's got to be picked up and moved. The log pile is ever growing back there on the far side. I got a little bit of slash and trash right here, kind of in the middle of the screen now. And another little pile way back over there, but otherwise everything's picked up. I've got one massive pile over here, and another massive pile over there. Can't see it. That's it. So let me get this one laid out. We'll get some slash picked up, sawed out, we'll be done, and then we just gotta burn it.